1972. Back with the old red brick before Montana Tech School. But I usually start out with a joke, you know, because most people figure I have it hard in life because they see me in a wheelchair or on crutches or no legs, because this one here isn't real. And I said, no, I have advantages most men don't have. And they look at me crazy and they say, that ain't possible. You're stuck in a wheelchair or you're on crutches, what advantages can you have? I said, okay, it's like that. Number one, I can't put my foot in my mouth because this is prosthesis kind of foot. Number two, I can't stand up and walk through your bullshit. Number three, I got 3 sons for the ladies. The guys only got 1. And the medical people or somebody, they said, wait a minute, that ain't possible. Medical fact, you can check the AMA, Merck, or whoever you want. Anytime you lose the lower gravitational weight of your lower limb, you develop what they call a contracture in your lower back. If I turn just right and pinch those nerves, those stumps vibrate when they level. Oh, I see a few red faces out there. I know what someone will be dreaming about tonight. Okay, but actually I started a program called the Wheelcharrier. Wheelcharrier name got created because I was explaining to a guy about my crutch carrier that I made for my trike. And instead of typing crutch carrier, it came out Wheelcharrier. And he told me, say that word, you might need it someday. Well, roughly a year later, I started this program at Las Vegas Starlight. I went in there and I asked the general manager if I could bring in a wheelchair, for this way it's available for use for the disabled riders. Because from the service department to the customer waiting area is 900 feet one way. And you do that on crutches and an artificial leg, it hammers down on you real quick, especially if it's hot weather. So he said, yeah. A couple of weeks later, he called me up and said, can I get a wheelchair for my other 2 locations? I said, sure. And in the meantime, we had the Veteran Transition Resource Center hear about the program. That's this one here. And they also do a radio broadcast every Saturday on KDON, 7:20 a.m. Las Vegas time. And asked if this way I can come up under their 501(c)(3) of the DBA. And so I said, sure. Well, needless to say, on their broadcast, it went out to some other places, to a company called Best Corporate Events, and they do team building with all these major corporations. Team building is where you take people from different departments and team them up with each other that never worked with them and do exercises. Well, a lot of their exercises are building wheelchairs. So I get all of my wheelchairs donated. This trip here prior to coming up, Home Depot, at the Home Depot store, 3306, donated 36 wheelchairs for it. Anybody who helps with the program, I do give them credit for it. We also started branching out with this program down there, that if people want to get involved, say if a small business wants to get a wheelchair in for their motorcycle riders, because they get a lot of them, they can call us and we'll get them a wheelchair. Like that. Now, the neat part about this program, is David still here?
No.
He's not?
No, David.
Okay. Well, we'll get Curtis up here. Well, your part is up here.
All right, I'm coming outside. Yep.
And you get to have a seat.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And we'll let this pretty lady come up and have a seat in the other one.
Yeah, come on up.
Just put the arms down.
Wheelie contest.
Oh, no, no wheelie contest.
And what we do is this way, just hold the sign, that way they can get it in. These signs, one goes in each service department. This way it's available where they can see it. It says, wheelchair available for use by the disabled rider, complement of Wheelcharrier, and Home Depot stores for 306. Whoever helps with the program, I give them credit. The Montana American Legion was here earlier before we started. I got them the 3 wheelchairs out because they're going to do the rest of Montana for me, which is only 3. But on theirs, it also said Montana American Legion. There's your sign for you.
Okay.
The one in Great Falls also.
Yep.
This is a copy of the new program where we're branching out. But on the back side of it is a thing called "We Are Not for Marks," a poem on the back side. And it tells people everything they can do if they want to think about it. Because everybody here is handicapped in some form. They just don't realize it. And this poem, there's one verse on here that there are things I can do no more, as well as things I never could do. Are these things that I could never do, my additional handicap, or are they yours? You know, because it don't matter whether you don't have the thinking capacity to do it, the manual dexterity, whatever. You know, everybody is lost in some form. And this poem deals with that. And I got him a bunch of copies here. Now, we have something special for us. Donna, you want to do the ritual? And I got a guy back there chewing the back and spitting in the can, but I need him up here also.
Right next to you.
I don't know if this is
No? Okay. These pins right here I give them to certain people at every stop I make, and the rest of them, if anybody wants to buy them, I sell them $7 a piece for 3 for 20. Okay, but these are what I use as part of the fundraiser. So usually, if I'm got my little group with us, they go through the whole group hand to hand that way. So they went from her hand to my hand. Now we got one for you. Thank you very much. That's one for your dad. Okay. And we got one for him, since I spoke the heck out of him on the phone. And then we got one for Gopher. Oh, by the way, he said he didn't have a nickname, so I gave him the nickname Gopher. So it's Longbeard Gopher, but we call him Gopher for short. I pull no punches whatsoever.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So if you look up that word Wheelcharrier on your computer, you'll see a lot of places we've been. It's also on Facebook. You can type it in there. They're on YouTube. There's also a TV video that they did on Veterans Day last year. And I started for veterans. 85% of all bike riders are veterans. But every organization, whether it's American Legion, DAV, or whatever, talks about doing stuff for the community, state, and nation, right? Well, I'm not going to stand at the door and ask somebody disabled if they're a veteran or not. So if they're not a veteran, they use the wheelchair. We're helping the community by the same token. So we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Anybody got any questions?
What was the website again?
Just type in the word Wheelcharrier on it. I got a bunch of cards. with the word on it. My name and address is on the back.
How many states have you been in so far?
State-wise, I got a chart for states, but it's 340 locations done already. And our biggest drop shipment we had was 160 wheelchairs we got drop shipped for us in Florida. I called a friend of mine out of Maryland. He runs a veterans camp for veterans to get their head back together and so on in Maryland, called Trucking for Troops. And he said, sure, we'll do it. He drove down to Florida, got the 160. We delivered Florida, there 34, went on up to Georgia, Alabama, North and South Carolina, and delivered all theirs to the different American Legions. They volunteered to do it. And then he had 40 more left. And 2 weeks ago, the American Legion out of Greencastle, Pennsylvania, said, we'll take them and do it for you. So we delivered the 40 needed for Pennsylvania as well. And I don't care what group it is, I wear no patches on here because I'll work with any group. A Marine, one gunny sergeant in Ohio did all 39 locations by himself. Okay? And there's a joke about that. We're telling this one guy about it, and he said, yeah, leave it to the Marines to get it done. And I immediately turned around and I said, yeah, leave it to the Army to kickstart them. So that's basically I have everything I have, unless you have anything. And these wheelchairs will hold 250 to 300 pounds. So if they call your lord ass and you can't walk, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I pull no punches, by the way. See, I could do it too.
Yeah, you have to.
Hey, thank you.
You got one, your dad got one.
Yep. Sounds good. Wow, thank you.
Donna, I need to get more programs on your dad. I just have someone not doing that. And I got some double-sided black.